Hello everyone, and welcome to General Physics 111. This is your instructor, Dr. Raja Al-Mukahal. In this video, I want to welcome you to class, and I want to show you the basic features of this online course and how to navigate those features. So let's begin. When you log into the course, you want to click on the home page, and I believe probably it comes out by default, but if you click on that, you will be presented with this page right here. The first item here is called Module 0. I'll come back to it in a second. But basically, we begin with Module 1, okay? When we say module here, the word module, at least the way I define it, it means a collection of assignments, including the chapter, okay? So when I say Module 1, it means roughly Chapter 1. And the title of the chapter is Models, Measurement, and Vectors. I'll come back and I'll show you the textbook in a minute. But basically, the title of the module is the title of the chapter, both identical. And then the module begins on Module 1, that is, begins on January 18th, and it ends on the 24th. Module 2, which means Chapter 2, Motion Along a Straight Line, it begins on January 25th and ends on the 31st. And then 3, Motion in a Plane, it begins on February 1st, ends on February 7th, and so on, for a total of about 14 modules. Let me show you the end of it right here. The reason for the number 14 is because we have our fall semester has 14 weeks, so I have divided the weeks into modules. You see what I'm saying? Or rather, I divided the semester into weeks and the weeks into modules. And each module, we cover approximately one chapter, with the exception of a couple. For example, in Module 14, we are covering 2 chapters here. And I believe Module 9, we're covering also 2 chapters. See that? Chapter 9 and Chapter 10, okay? But most of them we're covering 1 chapter per week. And each module contains several assignments, okay? And I'll come back to those assignments in a minute. Just give me a second. So let me, I also created a module. I'm going to call it Module 0, or Start Here. It basically contains certain features here that you need. One of them is a welcome to class sheet. This is a very important sheet. I'll come back to it in a sec. And then, of course, the video that you're watching is right here. And then you have the course syllabus. If you click on that, you will get the syllabus. You can also click on the syllabus right there. See that? You will get exactly the same syllabus, the same sheet here. And then there is a forum. It's called Ask the Professor. It basically, if you have a question for me, say, for example, you will have, you can't solve a physics problem, or you have some, difficult concept that you need to understand, you can always ask me a question right there, and I will be more than happy to give you my answer. There is also Introduce Yourself, which basically another forum where you are introduce yourself to class and myself. And then there is a Student Cafe, where you are, it allows you to interact with other students. Let me show you. So Student Cafe says, do you have a comment or issue that you would like to share with fellow classmates? Go ahead and post it here. So basically, it's Cafe allows you to interact with other classmates. The Ask the Professor, which is an important forum for all of us. Do you have any question for me? Specifically for me, do you have a question regarding a course or a physics problem? Please post it here. I will be checking this area every 24 hours. Okay. So let me begin with the syllabus very briefly. So this is the course title, General Physics 111, Spring 22. This is my name right here, Raja Al-Mukahal. Please call me Dr. Raja. This is my cell phone number. I live in Henderson, Nevada, so my time zone is Pacific. This is the email, or rather the only email that I will be using as far as Yavapai College is concerned. And my office hours are roughly in the weekdays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. What that means, if you need to talk to me over the phone, please shoot me an email first, and then we can decide a time within this time range right here, okay? The course start and end dates is from January 18th until the 13th. Then you have the course description. Please read it. The bulk of the course basically is 3 topics rather: mechanics, fluid dynamics, and thermodynamics. Okay, I would say about 80% of the course is going to be in the subject of mechanics, such as kinematics, forces, momentum, angular momentum, total energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, and so on. These are all subjects of mechanics. And then you have also fluid dynamics and thermodynamics. Thermodynamics means the study of heat and temperature. The prerequisite for the course is Math 187 or 152 and 183. And then you have a textbook that is required, and you also required to create an account under Mastering Physics. If you've never heard of it, that's okay. I will talk about it in a second. And then these are the learning outcome of the course. Please take the time to read them. The math requirement for the course is basically algebra and trigonometry. Okay, you don't need calculus, but you definitely need, you have to be very good in algebra, and you have a good understanding of trigonometry. Okay, and and then you have the software requirement. You are expected to have either Microsoft Office, Word and Excel. If you don't have them, you can use Google Sheets, Google Sheet or Google Docs. I'm sure a lot of you have used them when you were in high school. There is another interesting open source office suite called LibreOffice. It's famous all over the world. It comes out from Germany. If you click on the link here, there it is, and you can download it, and you can actually, it allows you to save your file or your document as Word, so other people could read it if they don't have LibreOffice, okay? And also, if you're a bilingualist and you would like to write in a different language, it also allows you to download it in different language, say Spanish or French or Chinese, or whatever, okay? It's a very interesting one. Proctoring the exam, there will be two exams that will be proctored, exam number 1 and midterm exam number 1 and midterm exam number 2. I'll tell you about them in a minute. And then these are the grading criteria. So these are basically the assignments that you're going to be working on a weekly basis. So we have the discussion. It is 12% of the grade. Laboratory, which is the simulated labs, 80% of the grade. And then you have a weekly homework, is 20% of the grade. And then you have the proctored exam 1 is 25% of the grade, and proctored exam number 2 is also 25% of the grade. Notice that we don't have a final. You basically have only 2 midterm exams. The first midterm, you're going to take it around the middle of the semester. And then the second exam, you take it as a last exam, the last week of the school. And the first exam covers a certain number of chapters. The second exam covers the rest of the chapters, but we don't have an accumulative final exam. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, if you add up all these weights, it's for a total of 100% or 1,000 points. Okay. And this is basically the schedule, the course schedule, which are the ones. If I go back to the course here, say Module 1. It begins on January 18th, ends on January 24th. Module 2 begins on January 25th, ends January 31st, and so on, okay? Now, the way I designed those modules are in the following way. All the modules begin always on a Tuesday, okay? Specifically Tuesday, 12 a.m., midnight, okay? And it ends on a Monday, 11:59 p.m., okay, so last minute of Monday, okay? So every module begins on the first minute of Tuesday, and it ends at the last minute of Monday. So that means basically you have a full week to work on the assignment that you need to work on. You see what I'm saying? All of them are designed that way. And always, the due date of any assignment given to you, it's always on a Monday night. You get that? Always. So it's really simple. You don't need to think about it. It's basically the due date of any assignment on that week, say Module 1, is 1/24. All the assignment of Module 2 are due on 1/31, and so on. So you can click on Module 7. All the assignment of Module 7 are due on 3/7 by 11:59 p.m. and so on. Okay, this is how I designed it. So it's kind of simple, so you don't have to, get confused. And it's always Monday night or the assignment of that module are due. Okay, so here they are. These are the module chapter title. And these are like I said, the Tuesdays are here, and these are the Monday nights are there. And then we have here's the midterm exam 1, which is proctored. You're going to be taken during, you need to go to campus. I'm going to tell you in a minute how you're going to do that briefly. And you're going to take it sometime between March 8th through March 14th, okay? Then we have a spring break here, 3/14 through 3/20. This is a full week, so we're not going to be going to school in that time. And then the module exam, excuse me. And then you have a midterm exam number 2, and that will be taken during the last week of school between May 10th through May 13th, okay? So let me go back to the proctored exam. I want to read this paragraph for you right here. It said, proctoring the midterm exams as part of our effort to ensure the academic integrity and transferability of our online courses, the 2 midterm exams will be proctored exam. Proctoring is mandatory for all students in this class. You need to show up in person to campus to take the exam, okay? This is the department policy, not mine. If this is difficult, my apologies. Let me get rid of this phone, Rebecca. Let me repeat what I have read here. Sorry for the phone, it's been a distraction. I said, as part of our effort to ensure the academic integrity and transferability of our online courses, the 2 midterm exams will be proctored exams. Proctoring is mandatory for all students in this class. You need to show up in person to campus to take the exams. If this is difficult, other options are possible, such as finding an institution that is willing to proctor you and take care of sending the exam sheets digitally or by postal mail, okay, to the instructor for grading. You can also, you can take it, for example, at a church, library, or a fire station. More details on the proctored exam will be provided to you as we get closer to the due date of the first exam. As I said here, the due date of the first exam is March 8th, so we have plenty of time to think about that, or prepare that, rather. Okay, let me go back to the home page here. Let me go over the welcome to class sheet here very quickly. I would like to read this paragraph for you. It says, I want to provide you with a brief description of how this online course is designed and how to navigate the various features that are presented in it. So all of the 14 weeks of the semester are divided into weekly modules, like I said. Each module contains mostly 1 chapter. There are 3 standard assignments for each module, okay, that must be submitted, like I said, by Monday night, okay, of every week. The 3 assignments are a discussion forum, simulated lab experiment, and a homework assignment, okay? The homework is going to be done through Mastering Physics, okay? I'll tell you about it in a sec. During each week, you will read the new chapter from the textbook, watch the video lecture of the chapter. And by the way, I have created a video lectures at least 1 hour in length for every chapter that we're going to be covering, okay? So you can just go to the YouTube. I'll show you how to do that. And then you click, you can see them right on the modules. And you just click on them. They are posted on the YouTube. And then you can watch the full lecture, okay? And then, so you work on the homework, conduct the associated lab experiment, and throughout the week participate in the discussion, all right? Let me repeat this sentence, it's very important. So during each week, you will read the new chapter from the textbook, watch the video lecture that I have created for you, and work on the homework, conduct the lab, and you want to participate in the discussion forum, okay? These are the assignments that you need to do every week until we finish the semester. You got that? Homework, there will be homework assignments for every chapter. You'll be working on 7 to 10 problems in each chapter. All homework assignments will be done through Mastering Physics. I'm going to show you in a minute what that means. That is provided by the book publisher. You are encouraged to discuss the homework problem with me and your classmates. The laboratory, most of the labs are simulation lab. In other words, you don't need to buy any equipment, or you don't need to go somewhere to conduct this experiment. All of that can be done right on your laptop or computer, okay? Most of the lab experiments are lab simulations that can be done virtually on your computer, except for 2 to 3 where you will conduct hands-on lab. I think there are only 2. To do the lab assignment, simply follow the instruction provided in each and then submit the lab sheet by, again, Monday 11:59 of that week for grading. Then we have a discussion forum. I'll show you one of the discussion in a second. During the week, you need to stay active in the discussion forum. You are expected to log into the course to post and respond to the weekly discussion topic, and so on, okay? All right, now we come to mastering. So what is mastering physics? Mastering physics is a homework management system, and it's provided by Pearson, which is the publishing house of our textbook. Okay, so how do we access that? Well, let me show you how. So what you do, as the picture shows here, here is the navigation bar right here, right? Do you see that? My lab and mastering. If you click on that, let me take this one out. If you click on it, you're not going to get exactly this page because I have already created an account. When you click on it, you're going to get something where some instructions from mastering where it tells you to enter your name and your Yavapai email address and some information about yourself. Basically, it's gonna take you through certain steps to create an account through mastering. Eventually, it's gonna ask you for your credit card, where it's gonna charge you for the cost of the textbook and for the account itself. I believe the price is around $70, if I remember correctly. It's not. I hope it's not expensive for all of you. Okay, so once you create all of that, then when you click on it again, I believe you're going to see something like this page. Okay, not exactly mine. I mean, I do have an educator account, so this page may look a little bit different from yours. So anyway, so when I click on my lab and mastering, you're going to get this, and you're going to click on this button right here, and then you're going to get to mastering. Here is mastering. Wait for it until it loads. It's always a little bit slow. So here, Instructor Course Home. Again, you're not going to see this page exactly, but you're going to see the title of the mastering website. For us, it's Yavapai Physics 111 with Lab Spring 2022, Mastering Physics PMP. And then what you want to do, you want to click on Assignment here. And once you click on those assignments, oops, I should have clicked, there we go. Once you click on them, you will see all the homework assignment that I have created for you. Okay, these are the weekly assignments. Okay, now as I said, these are the. I mean, right now I am recording this video on January 15th, so school haven't started yet, and the assignment haven't started as well. So that's why it says here not available, as you can see here. But those assignments, for example, homework 1 is going to show up on January 17th at 12 a.m. Okay, the due date of homework 1 is, this is the due date right here, is 1/24. So you have what is it, 2 weeks to do the sorry, what is that? I'm sorry, 1 week. 1 week to do it, and then chapter 2. Of course, it's you know, again, if you look at the schedule right here, I'm going to that the syllabus. Sorry. And if you look at the schedule right there, so module 2, it is 125 through 131. And if you go to mastering, so these are, it matches the due date of those homework assignments. You see what I'm saying? However, all of them are open, or you're going to have basically access to all these homework assignments on January 18th. Well, I mean, it's 17th here, but when you open up the class starts on the 18th. So you'll have access to them. But please be careful with the due date of that. So basically, the due date of each homework here is the due date of the module. You got that? So anyway, when I click on one of them, let's say I want to click on, well, before I click on it, let me show you where the book is. So if you go back to the left-hand panel right here, you can ignore the syllabus. There is nothing there. I didn't create any syllabus under mastering. But if you click on EText, you see that this is basically how you access the textbook. So you click on that and access my EText. It takes a little bit of time because it's a 1,000-page textbook. So let me go back to the assignment while I'm here. I'm just waiting for it. Let me go to the assignment. And it's going to open up right now. Here it is, opened up at some random page, chapter 7. But if you click on this one right here, this is a table of contents. And this is chapter 1 right here, models, measurement, and vectors. Chapter 2, motion along a straight line, and so on, okay? And by the way, I forgot to mention, chapter 0 here is math review. In other words, if you think your math is not adequate, you know, your algebra and trigonometry is not adequate, this chapter contains all the math that you need for this course, okay? So you can just go over every one of them. I'm not going to be covering this chapter, okay? This is for you to prepare. If you don't feel comfortable with your preparation, your algebra preparation, you can just come over here. There's lots of examples, so you can go through them and review your math before you begin class. You're welcome to do that. That's chapter 0, okay? But I'm not going to be covering it. So anyway, so let me go back to chapter 1 right here. And that's chapter 1, models, measurement, and vectors. And then the way you flip the pages, so you just click on here, page 2, and then it takes it to page 2, and so on, page 3, and so on, okay? Or you can go here for the section, for example, section 1.3, standards and units, and there it is right there, and so on, okay? You can also go to a specific page. Let's say I want to go to page 200, okay? So this is, we are on page 4, right? So I want to go to page 200. It will be impractical clicking this 200 times or so. So what you do, see this thing right here? And it's called navigation. If you click on that, you can either type in here 200, or you can, this is a slider, you can just go to 200. See how it runs? So you can go 200 like that. Oops, if I can do it. Something like that. Or you can just type in 200 here, 200. It should. 200. There we go. And there we go. Come on. There we go. To page 200. You got that? Or you can just go to the slider. Let's say 200. Let's say I want to go to 300. Should be able to do it. You know what I mean, right? It's not very precise. But anyway, it is actually too precise for my hand. Anyway, so this is how you navigate the pages. I mean, it's easier to just type in the number here. Also, there is you want to search for a particular word in the book, and you want to look up something. For example, let's say I want to look up inertia, for example. And there we go. There are 2 pages here about inertia. If I click on that, and there we go. These are the word inertia. Notice it's mentioned a million times on this page, and then also on this page it's mentioned several times right there, and so on, okay? Also, this is a notebook. This is a new feature that I'm not familiar with. You're welcome to look into it. And then this one is this is for creating, what do you call them? Flashcards, right? For creating a digital flashcard. Again, I'm not familiar with this one. If you feel comfortable with it, or you would like to learn about it, just click create and see how it works. Then there is this one, display settings. Now, this one, it fit to height. It basically allow you to see the entire page, okay? This is how the page looks like in the hard copy of the book. I have the copy of the book right in front of me. This is how it looks like. You see what I'm saying? So if I go to any page here, it will just show you the entire page of you know, that particular page. Now, if you want it a bigger, you know, for ease of reading, if you fit to width, it will get much bigger. The font will be bigger, so you are more comfortable reading it, okay? And so on, okay? So that's basically how you navigate the book. Let me go back to chapter 1. And I want to go to the problems. So the way the book is written, it doesn't list problem. If you look at the hard copy, it says problems. But you go to the very last section in the chapter, which is chapter 1 summary. For example, chapter 2, you're going to look for chapter 2 summary and so on. So I'm going to go to chapter 1 summary, and I'm going to click on it, and then you can go the next page. This is the chapter summary, right? So if I go to the next page here, and the problems are here. So you have here conceptual questions. And by the way, I never assign homework in the conceptual question section or the multiple choice section. I always assign homework in the problem section. So if you click one more, and you will see the problems are right here. Okay, so your homework problem will usually start from this section, the problem section. Okay, so let me just take this one out like that so I can see the full page. So now let me go back to mastering. Oops, here. So let's say this is your homework, right? Homework chapter 1. So I'm going to click on that. And these are the problems for the homework right there. So problem number 4, chapter 1. Problem number 3. Problem number 3 happens to be enhanced with solution. So that's pretty helpful for you. Problem number 36, 41, 45, and 49. So let's say I want to click on problem number 41. So I click on that, and because I have an educator account, probably you're going to see the answers right there. Those are the answers. So anyway, here's the problem right here. So you're presented with 3 vectors on a XY coordinate. Each vector has a certain magnitude with oriented at a certain angle, as you can see. It says compute X and Y component of the vectors shown in the figure. Okay, that's basically what the problem is. If I go to the book, the actual book, the EText, for problem, I forgot what it is, 41, right? So we're going to go to problem number 41 under the textbook. It is Pearson textbook. And if I go to problem 41, it will be identical to the problem that you're looking at. That's problem 36. 41 is right here. So it's there we go. There's the diagram right there. As you can see, the 2 diagrams, are identical. Let me make it smaller if I can. There they are. See that? They're the same thing exactly. And the statement here says compute the X and Y components of the vectors shown in the figure. 41 says compute the X and Y components of the vectors A, B, and C. There's a little more detail, I guess, but it's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So part A, vector A, B, and C. Okay. And of course, because I have an educator account, these are the solutions right here. Please try not to see them. And so on. You got that? Same thing. You can go to the next problem. Here is the next problem. And so on. And the next one, and the next one, and so on. And by the way, I solve almost 50% of these homework problems in the video lectures, okay? So if you watch the video lectures, you probably have access to 1/3 to 1/2 of those problems are done. And I usually pick the hard ones to discuss them during the video lecture. I saw them in detail. So you are encouraged to look at those video lectures. I'm going to show them to you in a second. I'll give you a sample of those. But anyway, this is basically how to navigate mastering. So basically, you go through those problems, you submit your answer, and you're done for the week for that chapter. Okay. Let me show you the video lecture. So let me go back to the module here. So as I said here, again, if you have a question for me, you can always post the question under Ask the Professor. Oops, right here. If the question is personal in nature, such as you want to discuss grades or so on, or your performance in class, so you may want to write me an email or so. But if there is a homework problem that is you're having difficulty with, or something like that, or a difficult concept, just post it under Ask the Professor. Okay, so let me go to module 1 here. This is the typical module. All modules, I designed them to be very similar to each other for ease of access. So each module begins with the objective. Let me just get those out of the way. So the objective of that chapter are there, and then you have M1 this week's activities and checklists. So basically, the checklist, what is it that you need to do. All assignments are due by the last day of the module, which is Monday at 11:59. Okay, just this is a reminder for you. So these are the assignments that you need to do for this week. Read the module objective. Read from the textbook, chapter 1. And read the summary. Under mastering, click on the study area, view the video tutor solution for the chapter examples, post the initial and the discussion question. I'll come back to that in a second. I'll show it to you. And you have to have 3 discussion posts posted under the discussion forum, and the first one must be done by Saturday. Okay, then you have the other 2 due by Monday of that week. You see what I'm saying? And then log into mastering, complete the homework of chapter 1, and then you want to do the lab. We don't have a lab really. It's more of an exercise sheet. It's called the scientific method, but I call it lab, but it's not a lab at all. And then if you have any question, please post it under the answer to the professor or write me an email. And this is, I have read the book for you, and I have emphasized which topics, which parts of the chapter you need to concentrate on. For example, read pages 5 through 6 and look at table 1.1. Study example 1.1, 1.2 on page 8. And by the way, I go through all of these in the video lecture as well. Okay, so the video lecture has it includes all of these important topics that you need to know. Do example 1.5, read section 1.7, and so on. Okay. And then the lab activity, please open the lab sheet, module 1 lab, the scientific method, and answer all the questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'll show you all that in a sec. So that's the first one. And then you have I have also included a PowerPoint presentation for that chapter. Here it is. It takes a little bit to load, depends on the speed, but there it is. This is if you want to brush up very quickly. You've already read the chapter. You want to look at the main items of it. So here they are. This is a PowerPoint presentation of all the topics in that chapter. I hope this is helpful to some of you. And then the video lecture. Okay, the video lecture, when you click on it, it is pasted right here. And kilometer cancel out. It basically tells you chapter 1 and which section. Okay, let me before I show you this, I wanna read this for you. It says this video lecture and all lectures that follow have been recorded during the last year for another institution. I am a full professor at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and during the pandemic, we went online, and I have recorded all these lectures. And I have been using the same textbook, so you are benefiting from those lectures here. Please ignore any mention. Oh, and by the way, in those, the very first few minutes of each video, I talk about class that is not related to our class here in the other pie. So you can ignore the first few minutes, or so please ignore any mention of assignment, exams, and concentrate only on the chapter content. For our case, the video lecture begins at 2 minutes and 20. Okay, so when you click on it, so you may want to go, you want to run until, so anyway, here it is. Let me leave the book for a second. Hold on. So you can go to YouTube if you want to and watch the lecture there if you want to. It doesn't matter. Let me just concentrate here. Lecture on a tablet. Here it is. 30 kilometer per hour, right? Okay, let's take the latter case where I want to find it in miles per hour. I'll come back to meter per second in a second. Okay, so how do I do that in miles per hour? So what does that mean? It means that I am not going to convert the hour. The hour is still the same, but I'm going to convert the kilometer. So now I need to find a relationship between kilometer and mile. I'll stop here. I hope you get the idea. So anyway, I encourage you to watch those video lectures. This is really how you learn physics, especially for you now taking it online. So you have an instructor right there, myself, explaining all that to you. And like I said, all the exams are going to be really the bulk of the material of the exam are going to be coming out of those video lectures. So I cannot emphasize it enough. Please take the time to watch them. I have spent a lot of time, as you can see here, there's an hour and a half of lecturing for chapter 1, and most of them are the same way. So please take the time to watch those video lectures after you do the reading assignment in order for you to understand this material. Okay? And then we have the discussion. Here it is. The discussion question for week 1. How can the proper use of unit help to solve a technical problem? Search the web and find cases in which a mistake in units caused a failure or a disaster. Avoid duplication. So basically, what you want to answer this question. I have given you a sample post of students who have taken this course with me in the past at different schools and have actually made their own post on that. So that should be helpful for you So there you go. See, here are some posts from students who took this course in the past. So you can read what they have done and mimic it. And now when I post those, they're not ideal or they're not the best, but it will just give you an idea of what you need to write if you're confused. Okay, now this is important. Here it says post your initial response to the discussion question by Saturday. That's your first post. Your initial post must be between 70 to 100 words. By the last day, Monday, respond to 2 other students in 2 to 3 substantially meaningful sentences. Posts such as, whoa, that's a great post, excellent post, thank you, will be given 0 credit. Okay? And then the last item is the scientific method here. And like I said, it's not really a lab or anything like that. It's a review of how to write numbers in scientific notation, a review of how to calculate the slope of a line, or given a data, how to draw the best fit line in the data, and so on. And I walk you through it, okay? I do walk you through it. Let me show you. So if you click on it, a Word file is going to come out. I think it would. Yeah, there it is. So the main objective of this exercise is to prepare you for the next experiment and blah, blah, blah. And then, if you feel rusty, you don't remember how to do scientific notation, I have provided a link, Khan Academy. Everybody loves Khan Academy, right? I have provided a link on how to do scientific notation. You can just click on it, and then you watch this one. Here are the different topics for that video. It's only 11 minutes.
Notation is why we even worry about some numbers. So let's have 3.102 times 10 to the second, and I want to write it as just a numerical value. It's in scientific.
Anyway, you got the idea, right? Okay, so you can watch that if you're rusty or you don't remember. So that will get you going. And then what you do these are the questions right here, and that is also the second topic is measurement of error and uncertainties. Again, I explain all of that to you. I don't expect that you know what that means. I explain all of that. I show you the formula that you need to learn. And then I give you an example and I actually solve it for you. And I give you the full solution to all of that. And then I'll give you a problem, which is similar to what you've read in above. And then you want to do it yourself. And then the last topic is plotting and interpreting graphs. Again, I explain things to you. And then at the end, you are expected, or you will be using this data to draw to plot those data rather. And then you want to draw the best fit line. And then from the best fit line, you want to calculate the slope. Okay, and I tell you how to do that right here. This is the slope formula. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And then you answer those questions. Now, where do you answer all of that? Well, you go to back. Where am I? Right here. You go back. And this is the answer sheet right there. You see that, guys? You click on this one, and this is where you put all your answers, okay? When it's downloaded. There. You can download it right here, right? So you can get it out outside this web page, and then you can just put in your numbers here, convert to scientific notation. You can plug in all of that. You want to expand. Of course, you want to write your answers right here by deleting those red lines. And then you don't forget to include your graph, and please make sure that graphs are done by a graphing utility. Hand-drawn graphs are not accepted, okay? And then you want to submit the sheet, okay? All you need is to, once you're done with it, and again, I have an educator account, but you should see a blue button somewhere here that says Submit Assignment. Let me go to Student View and see what is it. There it is, Start Assignment right here. Again, this is Student View, Start Assignment. There we go, Submit Assignment. See, I don't see it in my educator account. So once you're done with it, you have it on your hard drive, and then Submit Assignment, and then you want to upload the file. Sorry, well, first you want to upload the file first, and then you want to submit the assignment right there, okay? You got that? I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me just go back quickly, make sure that I have covered everything. I think that's about it. Please let me know if you have any questions by either posting it under Ask the Professor, or you're welcome to shoot me an email. Okay? Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.